Now we're looking at straight stabs. High. High, again, meaning somewhere to face neck area. And the attacker now has a knife, and I've managed to see it. So what happens is, again, the rule is, remember with the knife, is if there's someone with a knife, I am always trying to create as much space as I can between us. If I can back away out of here to run or start running away, getting safe, picking up a common object, these are always first and foremost what I should be trying to do. The defense we're looking at now is that they just happen to close a distance too close on you. You've had to react to defend this, rather than trying to create a lot more space in a way. The defense we're going to be doing is a straight stab defense. We're going to be looking at high, and we're going to be looking at fast retreating solutions. Now, what happens is here, if someone does have a knife, I should want to start to get my hands up, and you can notice that I start to pull my palms in a little bit, because I'd rather not have the inside of my forearms facing forward. I want to protect these a little bit. There's a little bit more arteries and also the muscles how to flex the hand, so I want to protect them a little bit more. And then from here I'll get my hands up, but also turned in a little. I'll definitely want to be in a ready stance or a fighting stance with the lead foot. I'd rather not be semi-passive with feet square, because I'm much slower to move, and I am much more broadside to defend. I'd rather be in more of a ready stance here. With a knife, because this is much more dangerous and more difficult to defend, I'm going to be using the lead hand nearly every time, because the lead hand is closer to the action, it's quicker to react, it's easy for me to do a body defense, and it's easier for me to step and move. So this is why if someone has a knife, I want to create space, get my hands up, and create here with the lead foot forward. At the moment, we're going to look at the same foot as forward as the side of the knife. So we'll be looking at a dead side defense. We'll look at person stabbing high. Since she's stabbing high, it's going to be more with the hand wrist area. Now, I try to more defend with the blade of my hand now, if I can help it, just to be a little bit more safer with the palm side. And so basically we're looking at fast retreat. We have two angles of fast retreat technically. Fast retreat, we're 180 and behind, where I'm stepping in these directions and moving in these directions. It's called fast retreating. And then I've also got fast retreating in and away, where I'm going to go in angles at 45 and then obviously make my exit. So from here, I'll show you with a fast retreat first. It's from here, and then basically I kick, and then I want to move. And slowly what's happened is here is I've started to do my defense, and you notice that as my hand started, go reset please. As my hand has started, my foot has also started to move off the line. I do not wait for my defense to start, then move my foot. Hand body step just means start, not start, finish, start, finish, start, finish. Because I want to get off the line of this very dangerous and fatal attack as early as I can. So what happens is here, as I'm starting to defend, you can see I've already got off the line quite quickly. As soon as my foot has come down, I've kept both my hands up high, and I'm going to attack. That's a groin kick, front snap kick to the groin. I can also do a front stomp kick. The groin kick is a little bit faster, and I do get a bit more pain reaction out of it. From here, if I did it slower again, and I kick, I put the foot down, I move away immediately with my hands up facing. As soon as there's enough reaction, I'm going to turn to run. Fast retreat in and away would be if she's stabbing high, and then I've gone in like so. If I do this slowly, boom, and I am moving. I'm going to be moving fast because I want to just defend, get a quick pain reaction, move away, start running, get safe, get a common object. So what happens is here, if I swap positions, what happens is here, I've done my defense, I'm going to throw one punch here, and then I'm going to keep moving. Because with the knife, I don't want to defend and then get into Retsef, because what happens is here, a knife doesn't need eyes to kill you. They can come to slash and stab, and they can just wail and stab and slash. So basically, I just want one hit, bang, and I want to create space again here. And that's fast retreating in and away. At the moment, what I was doing, these were all dead side solutions because I had the same foot forward. I had the knife in the lead. So lead foot, lead hand, same side as the knife. And that helps bring me to an inside defense going to the dead side. However, I could be standing with the other foot forward at that time. Or the attacker could have been left-handed when I had my foot forward. In that case, that makes it now here live side. Because again, as I said, I want you to defend with the lead hand. It's easier to get there, easier to defend with the body, easier to move. So basically now, this is where you might end up on a live side solution. There's the lead hand here as it's getting there, and that's on the live side. I may rake back the hammer on the way, or I may just turn, step, and punch and run. Either one is okay. Probably train for at least just to get the raking in the hit, but the thing is you're not going to be sticking for red zip. I just want to swing, swing, and go. I can also do fast retreating, where I've done the same thing here. I've done an attack and I've moved away. So now we're going to be looking at straight stabs to medium height. Medium height being base of the neck here to above the elbow here. Above the elbow. So basically looking at here, very common stabbing. There's lots of organs here to attack. And it's very broad, so it's a large area to stab to attack. And what happens is here, it's all very similar to the straight stabs. I'm going to do the fast retreating solution, or fast in and away solution. Fast retreating in. Now basically from here we want to defend ourselves, strike and move away. But now because it's slightly different height here at medium height, we're going to treat it the same as with punching. Just with knives, everything has to be a little bit more accurate, because if I stuff up with the knife, I get new holes here. So basically what's going to happen, again I've got the same lead forward as the knife, lead hand. So I'm going to be doing an inside defense to the dead side. Now because she's stabbing a bit lower, I'm going to be using my forearm as a defense and then as attacking coming away. What you want to do here is make sure that it's at 45 degrees with the elbow leading my forearm. The habit here is some people get lazy and they start to drop their hand. Now what happens is here she has more reach with the blade, so it gets there earlier than her hand, and it's a lot more fatal. And what happens is here, I haven't quite redirected this off the line, I've just changed the height of this a little bit. So I don't want to just drop my hand, that's leading with the hand and dropping it. You can see my forearm's not really redirecting this off the line. So what I want to do is I need to again drive with the elbow, push the shoulder forward. And this will help you defend getting to the arm and deflecting this off the line here. And I've got a body defense as well, and I've got plenty of body defense already happening here. And then from here, from doing fast retreating in, basically what's happening is this way touch. Is here, is as I've done that, I'm doing one hit and then I am exiting this way. If I was to do fast retreat away, basically I've done this defense, I've stepped a little bit more sideways here, rather than forward, and then from here, that's when I just bring with my opposite leg to kick. One more, slow, bump, kicking, hands up high, and then I want to create space and moving away. If it's a straight stab and she's left-handed, or I've swapped my stance for the other side, so we'll use left-handed here. I have the same foot forward and lead hand as before, and now she's stabbing left-handed. So what's happening is here, she's stabbing to the chest. Now I'm still using the same defense, it's just now I'm on the live side. Being on the live side, I will do the hammer straight if I'm going to go fast retreating in and away, or fast retreating in. So what happens is here, since I've done that, bang, bang, and then I'm starting to go, and I'm going to be moving. Fast retreating away might be where, here, I've done this type of attack. Again, I've stepped sideways, I've kicked through the groin with my hands up, I'm going to create space, and then I'm going to run away. Now we're looking at straight stabs low. So if high was to here, and medium was to where here to where above your elbows are here. We're now going to be looking at around the elbows, so just above it, and then basically low close to your groin. Here is all low. That grey area, there is a transition grey area here. So if I get Sally to stand here with the guard up, here, above the elbow, it's basically saying there's a grey area here between where is it a medium height forearm defense and when is it a low defense. So as soon as it's in the grey area, which is above the elbow, we always treat something in the grey area as a low defense. Because low is much easier to react and still defend, rather than take your chances in trying to get it right. So we're going to be doing a low defense from the elbow height, even above the elbow a little bit, to into low stomach abdomen here. Now, with the straight stab low, again, if you've seen the knife, you are going to be creating that space here, trying not to be here, but you've had to defend this attack. Now, low stabs tend to be quite natural for an attacker, straight, because of the way the anatomy sits. Their hand sits below the elbow below the shoulder. And the way their hand drops to hold the weapon, throwing low is it's very comfortable, very common here. And so stabbing low like so tends to happen quite easy for attackers. So what happens is here, stabbing low, they're coming forward, and they're coming forward in a straight line to stab, and it's low here like so. And pass it to Sally. Again, into the knife, so I'm creating the space, hands up, 1 foot forward here. Now she's stabbing low. The principle is close and slim, but I'll show you a couple of different options for defending. I will still do fast retreating away and fast retreating in. So basically here, there is my fast retreat away, and then basically I've got fast retreating in. Now the defense is very natural when attacks tend to happen low, so from here to lower, it tends to be the natural reaction for the hands to drop low. So from in here, as she's stabbing slowly, my hands will tend to drop here. And now this is not enough. I need to actually still parry or redirect it because it's a straight strike. Straight strikes need to be redirected. Now, which hand do you defend with? The principal rule is closest limb. So if Sally was just to be here a little bit right now and she threw a straight stab, I feel a little bit more comfortable using the same side hand right now to parry this. If she stepped right there and she swapped her hands and she stabbed there, I feel a little bit more comfortable using this same side hand, being my rear hand, but it doesn't matter, same side, I feel a bit more comfortable here. It actually doesn't matter which hand you scoop, it's whichever you feel is going to react the quickest and typically the closest. Because slight changes of angles here, even if I get Sally right now with her right hand to stab a little bit this way, and she stabs to here on me, I'm going to feel right now that even though it's the opposite hand, this is the closest limb. So it's about just seeing and feeling quite a few of these. It's not wrong as long as you defend yourself. Now the defense, what I'm doing is here. When I'm doing this defense, is I'm making a hook. I'm turning this hook into a scoop. And so what happens is my hand, as she's stabbing, will drop straight down. Now I drop straight down and across the body because I need to parry this knife stab. So as I'm dropping down, you can see I hinge at the hips. My chest comes forward. This hand drops down and slightly across my body. If it was this one, it would be across there. Because what happens is here, is then I need to scoop, and there's my redirect. I'm going to redirect the hand. You want to redirect laterally because it's a knife, and I don't want to redirect this here and pull it across me like so. So once I reach for it, there's a little bit of body defense happening here by me reaching for it. By my reaching, I get there earlier, which I want to with the blade, and it starts to help pull my back body defense away a little. And then from here, I want to scoop sideways with this here. I want to laterally scoop it. From here, if I was to do fast retreating in, I would scoop, I would hit, and then I would be moving fast. If she stabs with that one here, and I happen to defend with that one, I'm on the live side now, I would scoop, I would hit, and then I would move on very fast. Dead side or live side, it's just a matter of which hand defends. It doesn't matter to me. If I was to do a fast retreat here, then basically if I was defending with this one, you can see here as I've defended, I've moved away from it, because the rule is whichever way you defend the knife, I always move in the opposite direction to it. And so what happens is here, as I've done my defense, I've moved sideways with my foot, and then I'm coming in for the kick, and then I'm moving away to run. And if we do one more, she swapped hands, and I managed to scoop and go this way. You can kind of see I scooped, stepped off the line, go for my kick, hands up, and then I'm going to move away. And that's inside defense against low stabs.